First tonight, amid pomp and circumstance in Washington, D.C., as the U.S. Army celebrates its 250th anniversary, so-called No Kings protests erupting from coast to coast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Fernandez. We'll share more on the military parade in a moment. But first, topping headlines today, protests against Donald Trump and the actions he's taken, including his administration. In Philadelphia, hundreds crowding the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. This as major and small cities across North Carolina join a nationwide day of defiance against President Trump. In Durham, protesters marched in the streets and largely remained peaceful. And here in the metro, a very similar scene. We are told thousands came together today to participate in these protests. First Alert 6, Ron Johnson has more on why so many here in the greater metro felt compelled to take part.
It was just two simple words that inspired so many right here in the metro to take to the streets with their signs and march.
We are here to say no kings in America.
Protesters gathered at Tom Hannafin Park in Council Bluffs before crossing the Bob Carey Bridge, ending up right near Charles Schwab Field as College World Series games were getting underway. They say they're not happy at all with President Donald Trump and the sweeping changes he's made, from immigration.
Instead of breaking our families apart, let's fix our broken immigration system.
To cuts to government programs.
His DOGE cuts are impacting not only the VA employees, but the veterans themselves. We're expected to do the same amount of staff with 20,000 more veterans.
Protesters said the size and diversity of the crowd sends a message all its own.
It says that it is not one group's problem, it is everybody's problem.
This protest was just one of more than 2,000 held across the country. While those who took part today were gratified by the turnout,
you know, there's people from all walks of life coming together just to hold the government accountable. And if this isn't what it's supposed to be about, I don't know what it is, you know.
It was clear they felt their fight to have their voices heard wouldn't end here.
I love the crowds and I love seeing everybody here. It literally makes me cry, but we need more people. We need to not just be Omaha, the blue dot.
Don't sit back and let democracy die. Our ancestors didn't fight for that.
In downtown Omaha, Ron Johnson, First Alert 6.
Organizers of today's march say around 2,000 people attended the protest. Omaha police in a release tonight saying no arrests were made between last night's protests and tonight's. OPD commending the community and protest organizers for their cooperation.